Alrighty, traders. Hello, everyone. Is that still there? I lost my thing. Anyway, what a way to start a video. Anyway, hey traders. Today, in today's video, I want to share with you the interest rates and what's been happening with the interest rates, because I know a lot of people will be focusing on the TMF, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, interest rates are definitely going to come down, so therefore they're buying TMF and TLT and stuff like that. Let me share with you what I'm seeing, because I want to put a bit of a cautionary tale amongst potentially buying TMF right now. I'm seeing a lot of people do it, so let's get into the charts. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get into the charts right now. Happy Easter to everyone. Happy Easter. I just love this stuff, guys. I love this stuff. Yes, it's Easter, and well, it's not Easter Day yet anyway. But anyway, so one thing I want to share with you is I want to share with you the actual interest rates, and then I want to share with you the TMF here, okay? So let's actually start off with the good old 10-year on the interest rates here. And the reason why I want to do that and share this with you here is because again, like I'm seeing a lot of comments about people buying TMF right now. Now, for you guys that don't know, TMF is interest rates go down, TMF is probably going to go up. Okay, so we just keep it at that simple here. Now, there's a few things that I'm noticing when it comes to TMF that could be a positive. Sorry, no. There's a few things I'm noticing when it comes to the interest rates that could be a positive for TMF going up, because interest rates may be starting to go down very soon, right? So when looking at the 10-year rates we're looking at right now, we're looking at a weekly chart, okay? Now, one thing I like to do, and I'm going to walk you back through when it comes to, I'm going to teach you some things about when it comes down to your technical analysis side of things, like actually reading the charts. If you want traders, that first thing in the description there, I've got a full-blown trading course. There's about 6 videos in that course. Walks you through all the different chart reading techniques and so on and so forth. But one of the techniques that I like to use when I'm trying to read the charts is I'm trying to see where is the strength in the markets. Okay, now this is not an interest rate thing, right? This is a market thing, right? So I'm always utilizing this to see where is the strength, where's the buyers, where's the sellers, where is the strength, because I want to see that. Because if I see that there is one side more dominant than the other side, that could actually mean that that actually means we're starting to be getting a very clear picture on who's more dominant in that fight, right? We've got the sellers and we've got the buyers. Who's winning, so to speak, out of that? And so let me share with you what I mean through here. So if we have a move up, okay, so let's do this here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So if we have a move up here, right? So let's do this. So if we have a move up like that, that's very strong, right? So this is the buying leg through here. If we have that, that's the buying leg. That's a strong buying leg. Now, if the sellers come down like that, what is that? That's the selling leg, right? So that's the buying leg over here, the selling leg over here. So if this was a boxing match here, and this was round 1, who would have won that fight? No one, right? It would be like dead even. It's like, oh, it's an even, it's a draw, right? So we can see this here. So because the buyers are very strong through here, and then the sellers are very strong through here. So here's where it gets really awesome, okay? Again, traders, when the way that I view the markets, it's much more deeper than just looking at indicators, right? It's really understanding the market itself. It's like really looking at the buyers and sellers on a deeper level to really help you when it comes to gauging what's going on, right? So no one's actually winning through there, right? If that was a boxing match. But let's look at this here. What happens if we have a strong move up like that, and then the selling leg comes down like this here? What does that mean? What does that actually mean? That actually means what? That actually means that we had a very strong move to the upside, a strong buying leg to the upside, right? But then we actually didn't get a strong selling leg, did we? What happened here? The sellers weren't very strong. They were more like what? They were more like that'll be the price action through there, right? That'll be something like that, where the buying leg will be something like this here. So as you can see here, I'm going a bit more advanced on you here, but the reason I'm going advanced on you here, because I'm trying to share with you what I'm seeing in the markets, right? Really understanding this price action here when it comes to this. So as you can see, the buying leg through here was very strong, but then as the selling leg, because this is the selling leg here, it was more like just a slow move down, right? Because a strong selling leg is what? That's strong through there. But if we get a selling leg like that, guess what? It's very, very, very weak, right? And so you can see through here, look at this here, strong move up, and then you had this overall sideways movement. Strong move up, sideways. Strong move up, and then it overall went sideways, and a strong move up. So that's what we're seeing through there. The purpose of me bringing what I just brought up through there with you is that same for the downside, right? There we go. Right, same for the downside. So the downside is the same sort of thing. All right. So if we have, again, I'm always looking at both legs in the market to see if we've got someone clearly more dominant than the other side. A seller's more dominant. What's happened with the selling leg? What's happened with the buying leg? Right. So if the market goes up like this through here, that's pretty strong, right? That's a really strong buying leg. But what happens? Now we're looking at, see the angle? See how the angle is like pretty much straight up? What happens, right? Look at this here. Pretty much straight up. What happens if it starts to do something like that and it just goes like that? See how it's a lot slower, right? Like a rocket ship. But what happens if it just slowly goes like that? See how it's a lot slower? It's a lot weaker. So then therefore we get like an angle that looks something like this here. See the angles? So the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because, again, I'm analyzing the angles in the markets to see where's the strength. Because I'm trying to, and then I'm going to put the strength in the buying leg and the strength in the selling leg together. So for example, if we had a strong selling leg through here, but then a strong buying leg, there's buyers and sellers are the same, right? They're fighting it out. So there's no one clearly more dominant in that sector there. But what happens if we get a strong selling leg through there, but we don't get this? We get something like this here. See the differences? That there would be what? That there would be a strong buying leg, right? So if we got something like that, that'd be a strong buying leg. But if we didn't get that and we got something like this here, notice how that's much more, the angle is slower, right? It's actually slowing down. It's not like a rocket ship. It's like, whoa, strong. It's actually slowing down. It's like, oh, this is. So then when we start to put the pieces together, we have strong selling, weak buying leg, right? A weak buying leg. And then the reason why that's important, because it starts to give us a bit of a gauge on what's really going on with these markets. Now I've walked you through the prefaces. Prefaces? Is that the word? Anyway, now I've walked you through, and again, guys, I'm always utilizing this on all markets because this is really helping me like, what's going on here, right? And notice I'm not even looking at moving averages now. What am I doing? I'm really going deep into the actual market itself. This is so powerful, okay? So the reason why I'm bringing that up through for you here is this. We can see that, look at this here. We had what? For so long, we had what? Strong move up, weak sideways. Strong move up, weak sideways. So this here is the selling legs. See, the selling legs are pretty sideways, right? They're not strong down. Same through here, sideways. They're not strong down. Strong move up, sideways. But what happened? What happened? And then we went what? We went strong up, strong down. Notice how this time here was the very first time since basically 2020 that we got what? That we got a strong selling leg. Not only that, but look at this here. Now, what does that mean? Well, look at this over here. Notice, remember, the market was strong here. It's strong. Remember I said before about the angles? That's strong. Strong buying. Strong buying. Strong buying. Strong buying. This is now the very first buying leg on this weekly chart, looking at the 10-year. That is what? It's a lot weaker. So what does that actually mean? It means that we could be getting some sort of a topping pattern now, Because now we're starting to get what? We're starting to get a bit of a clear shift on who's more in control. The sellers are more dominant than the buyers right now. That hasn't been the case since the bottom of 2020. Interesting, right? Interesting. So that's what I like to call the big picture. This is the weekly chart big picture analysis. Now let's go down to the daily charts and let's go down to the small picture. Small picture, big picture. This is a very, 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 very powerful combination, and I'm always looking at this. So if I go down to the daily charts now, what can I see? I can see how we've actually had a bit of a double top through here, and we've had a slight little upward trend through here. So we've had this sort of slight little upward movement through there through to there. And then we also have had that through there to there. This is really, 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 really important to see what's going to happen here on the 10-year. The reason why this is important because it's going to have a major impact on what the TMF is going to do, all right? So the TMF. So looking at this level through here now, we've got this upward movement through here. Now remember, we went to the weekly chart first, right? So the weekly chart and the big picture in the back of my mind saying, okay, that big picture, which is the weekly chart, we're actually getting that weak buying leg, much weaker than we've seen since 2020. Okay, what does that actually mean? Okay, cool. So when we're looking at that, we can see that when we're looking at this level 3, we see, okay, if we do start to get some sort of selling movement through here, get something like this, and then we start to get like a breakout and a breakout, especially below this level, especially below, say, 4.1% interest rate through there, that tells you what? Remember, because this whole move through here is what? That's that weak leg to the upside, and this is that strong selling. So remember that, and that's the reason why it's so important to do your analysis on the weekly chart, right? Like I'm doing here, because it gives you much more of a bigger picture. So if we do get something like this here, yeah, we're probably likely to see, looking at this from an interest rate perspective, if we did get something like that, and I'm looking at this from this chart perspective, if we did get something like that, we can see the next level of support is down here around about that about 3.4. That'll be that level there. That's where interest rates are likely to go to. So if we did get that, now there's also a possibility that we can go up. But for the downside, if we did break to the downside out of this level here, we're probably going to see a bit of a nice move down to 3.4 on the 10-year, okay? But what happens if that doesn't happen? And this is why it's always keep an eye on the big picture. But when we start to see the small picture start, if the market starts changing its mind, because the market can go strong down, weak like that, and then suddenly get like an up bar and then go like that as well too, right? That can happen as well too. Just because we have this strong selling leg and a weak buying leg does not mean we're definitely going to go like that. But we need to wait for sort of the breakout confirmation there. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because guess what? If we do start to get like this breaking up through here, like that, for some reason, like that's possible, guess what? That's now breaking up. We're probably likely to see now another move, a race back up there. Now, I don't want you to throw your thoughts or your opinions at this and so on and so forth, because no one definitely knows. You don't know. I don't know. Mr. Ray Dalio doesn't know. You know, Joe Biden definitely doesn't know. Oh, John, don't go there with politics. Anyway, probably some of you guys are laughing right now. Probably some of you guys aren't. Anyway, so I can't believe I went there. Anyway, so that's the most important thing here, right? It's like we're really looking for this level here. So that's what I'm seeing through there of the interest rates. And the reason why that's important, because guess what? I'm noticing, let's go to the TMF here. The TMF right now could be starting to do something different. It could be starting to do, you know, maybe potentially finding a bottom here. And one thing I am noticing, if I go to my weekly chart on TMF, right, check out this level, check out this here. Remember I said before about the angles? Look at this here. Actually, let's go line. Remember I said before the angles? Look at this here. Strong move down, strong move. Remember the cells are pretty strong there, right? And then we've had this move down through here. Now remember I said before, if the market does this, if the market goes down like that, guess what? It's strong, right? Strong. It's starting to get weaker. Oh, it's starting to get a lot weaker. You see that it's actually because the selling, and this is, I might be going a bit advanced on you here, guys, but again, that's the reason why I got that free trading course. That first link in the description where you can really learn the art of what I'm talking about here, because this is where the rubber hits the road. This is the power. This is how you really get into the depth of reading the market. And notice, again, guys, notice there's not even a moving average on my screen here. I'm reading so much of, because remember, the main thing is the market, right? And the more we can get a good understanding of what the market is telling us and read the story of that, the better trader will be, right? There's a little bug there. If you guys watched that video, right, and it's like, if you didn't see that bug just then, or maybe it didn't even appear in the video. But have you noticed that? It's like, you're looking at me, I'm seeing the bug, and all you're seeing is like, that's all you're seeing. But I'm looking at the bug, and you're looking. Anyway, I just pictured to myself, if you guys didn't see that small little bug that was flying around then, all you probably saw my head going. Anyway, so the purpose of me bringing that up is now look what's happening here. Now it's slowing down, right? We went from strong to still went down, but a little bit weaker. Now it's actually becoming a lot weaker. What does that mean? That means we could possibly start to see now a move up. Why? Because the selling was strong, selling leg, it's getting a little bit weaker and a lot weaker. Notice how the angles are much more flattening out. They're not as strong. And what that simply means is that even though the market is slowly going down, the market is telling us that there's potentially starting to become a bit more of a change in these markets here, right? Same for the upside, right? If we have a strong move up like that, that's what? Strong. It's getting a little bit weaker, and then they're very weak. Look at this here. Weak, very weak. Look at that angle from there to there. Notice how this angle here is a lot more stronger. Again, guys, you may have to watch this video a few times here, but I'm trying to go, this is pretty advanced. This is pretty advanced stuff for people that don't know much about the markets. But whenever I'm reading the markets, guys, this is the most important. If we can start to master this angle technique, what I'm talking about here, we're literally reading what the big buyers are thinking and feeling, right? It's the psychology of what the big guys are thinking and feeling, and it's based on human behavior, right? It's a human behavior aspect, because that's what drives these markets. So we're seeing a bit more inside of the human behavior of what's going on with these markets. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is that's that big picture there on the weekly charts. If we go back to the daily charts now on TMF, there's a few big keys here I'm watching for. Really important here, okay? So the first key that I'm watching is this level through here. Okay, that's that first level through there. This level through here, and this level all through here. Why is that important? Because even though, remember I said before, even though I just did all that analysis on the weekly charts, there still can be, even though we're getting a strong move up and we get this weak move down through here. Some people say it's a bull flag, it's going to go up, definitely. There's so many times when I get this and it actually breaks down and we actually go for a move on the downside. So we need to be cautious of that as well too. That's the reason why we never just want to jump in. That's why with my personal trading, I have the trading set up and then I have my confirmation candle. Because what happens if this happens through here like this? What if that happens for some reason and the interest rates go back up? You know what's probably going to happen? TMF is probably going to go for a big move and probably go for a move and probably start to see another move for about a 30 or so % on the downside through there. So that's where for you guys that are, I'm noticing a lot of people buying TMF, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because a lot of people are seeing that TMF is definitely going to go up, and I'm like, you don't want to be guessing, right, guys? This is sort of the finishing off on this video that I want to share with you, but a lot of you guys are guessing right now. Like it's a very big guess that the 10 year is going to come down. Like who knows? It could go for another move to the upside. Like we just never know, right? So you don't want to be guessing. You want to have some sort of a plan. I speak to a lot of people, and they spend 2 or 3 years really just focusing on the wrong thing, and at the end of the 2 or 3 years, they're nowhere closer to becoming a good trader than when they could be, right there. And if you're spending year after year after year just trading the same way, like guessing, like, oh, I'm going to buy TMF now because the interest rates are definitely going to come down. That's a thought, right? It's a thought. right? But how I've done well out of trading is I just wait for a pattern, right? Or I just wait for my system, my pattern to appear in the market. Anything else really is just a thought. And that's what I'm saying right now. Like, yes, I believe interest rates are going to start to come down. And I think TMF is going to go up. But I'm not trading that. I'm definitely not trading that. Definitely not trading that, right? Some people are short the stock market right now. I believe the stock market's going to come down right now. I think the stock market's going to come down. I think there's exhaustion gaps, and I think that's what's happening right now in the stock market. But I'm not going to trade that. People are like, John, if you believe it, why wouldn't you trade it? Because it's just a thought. There's a difference between trading a pattern that I know most of the time I'm going to make money from. So why not wait for that? And then anything else, yeah, I can have my views and my opinions about it, but I'm not going to trade it because I'm not going to trade my view and my opinion. Why? Because my opinion can be wrong most of the time, right? But when I know that every time I see my pattern that appears in the markets, it just works, right? It just absolutely works from there. So anyway, traders, I hope this helps you out from here. Traders, if you do need some help with your trading, then you might be good for my coaching program. So it's that second link in the description there, guys. Click on that, go fill out the application form, and I'll personally call you to give you the details about the coaching and have a good chat with you personally. But definitely, guys, definitely when it comes to, especially your trading, if you're buying TMF right now because you think the interest rates are definitely going to go down, they may not. TMF might be getting ready for a move on the downside. And again, that's the reason why traders, it's a bit of a gamble, right? Because like, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? So anyway, traders, that's it for me today. Have an amazing day.